The Earth is divided into three main layers: crust, mantle, core. Crust. Made up of rocks and soil, the topmost layer of the Earth's surface is called the crust. This outer layer covers the interiors of the Earth like a shell. It is this layer that supports life. It includes all the continents, islands, and ocean floors. The crust under the continents is much thicker, with average thickness of 35 to 70 kilometers. The crust under the oceans is thinner, with an average thickness of just 5 to 8 kilometers. Layers of crust. The crust has two distinct layers. Ciel. It is the upper crust, comprising of continental masses. It is made up of lightweight material. It is mainly composed of two minerals, silica, Si, and aluminum, Al. Cima. It is the lower part of the crust comprising of the ocean floors. It forms the thin and fragile ocean floor. It is composed of minerals like silicon, Si, and magnesium, Ma. That is why it's called cima. Mantle. The mantle is a layer between the crust and the outer core. It is also known as mesosphere. It is the layer of the molten rock and lies between the solid crust and the hot and dense core. With an average thickness 2,900 kilometers, it constitutes about 84% of Earth's volume. As we go deeper inside the Earth, the temperature rises by 1 degree centigrade every 32 meters. The mantle is divided into two parts. The upper mantle. All layers above the crust down to a depth of about 670 kilometers, 416 miles, are known as the upper mantle. This zone has minerals like iron, magnesium, silicon, and aluminum. The lower mantle. The part of the mantle between the upper mantle and the core is known as the lower mantle. It is denser and hotter than the upper mantle. The average temperature of lower mantle is 2,200 degrees centigrade. The molten material in the lower mantle is called magma, flows out as lava during volcanic eruptions. The core. The innermost layer of the Earth is called the core. The core is made up of nickel, Ni, and iron, Fe. Temperature of the core ranges between 3,000 degrees Celsius to 6,000 degrees Celsius. The core is further divided into two parts. The outer core. The outer core is 2,300 kilometers thick. It extends to a depth of about 3,000 miles beneath the surface and is made up of superheated molten lava, which is mostly iron and nickel. The inner core. The inner core is 1,200 kilometers thick. The inner core is a solid ball of mostly iron and nickel. The extremely high temperature in this layer causes the movement of materials in the outer core and inner mantle. Minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances. They are not made by human beings. Each mineral has a chemical composition. Even the edible salt is a mineral. Mica, quartz, feldspar are some common rocking-forming minerals. Diamond is the hardest mineral. Types of minerals. Minerals vary in luster, texture, color, and hardness and are of two types. Organic minerals. Minerals that are formed from the remains of dead and decomposed animals and plants trapped inside the earth long, long ago are called organic minerals. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas are examples of organic minerals. These minerals are important sources of energy and are also called fossil fuels. They are non-renewable resources of energy. Inorganic minerals. Metallic inorganic minerals include minerals like gold, silver, iron, aluminum, copper, lead, etc. Non-metallic inorganic minerals like sulfur, silicon, phosphorus. Rocks. The term rock refers to the material that forms the crust of the earth. It includes harder materials like sandstone, marble, or granite, as well as loose and softer materials such as sand, clay, mud, or chalk. The landform, drainage, and soil of an area are determined by the type of rocks found in that area. Certain rocks containing metals which can be extracted economically are called ores. For example, bauxite is an ore for aluminum. Hematite is an ore for iron. Rocks can be classified into three main types: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are formed from molten magma found in the interior of the earth. Magma cools and solidifies into rock. The rocks which are formed by the internal heat of the earth are called igneous rocks. Igneous rocks were the first to be formed on the surface of the earth, so they are called primary rocks. All other rocks are formed from them. Igneous rocks like granite are glassy or crystalline. They are hard and non-porous. Igneous rocks often have metallic ores like gold, silver, or iron ore. On the basis of their formation, igneous rocks can be divided into two types: extrusive rocks. Igneous rocks which are formed when lava coming out of a volcano reaches the surface of the earth, cools rapidly, and solidifies into a rock are called extrusive rocks. This type of rocks has a fine-grained structure, for example basalt rocks found in the Deccan Plateau. Intrusive rocks. The rocks which are formed when the molten magma gets trapped deep inside the earth and takes a very long time to cool down and solidify are called intrusive rocks. Intrusive rocks have larger grains because these rocks take longer time to cool. Granite and dolerite are examples of intrusive rocks. Sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed from the fragments of other rocks. When igneous rocks are exposed to the action of wind, water, plants, or animals, they break down into smaller pieces called sediments. Wind and water carry these sediments and deposit them in different places. Over time, the sediments get buried, compressed, and cemented together to form a layer of rocks. Sedimentary rocks are called secondary rocks. They are soft and porous rocks. Limestone and sandstone are examples of sedimentary rocks. These rocks are good sources of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and natural gas, because plants and animal fossils get embedded and compressed in the layers of these rocks. Metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed beneath the surface of the earth when the sedimentary or igneous rocks get buried deep into the earth. Heat and pressure inside the earth bakes the rocks, changing it into something new. Deccan Plateau is made up of metamorphic and igneous rocks. Great heat and pressure inside the earth changes the limestone into marble, sandstone into quartzite, and clay into slate. Rock cycle. The continuous process in which rock changes from one kind to another is called rock cycle. Magma cools and forms igneous rocks. Forces of nature disintegrate these rocks. The broken rocks get deposited on the floor of seas, oceans, lakes, and rivers. Heat and pressure turn sedimentary rocks into metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks melt to form magma. Importance of rocks. Hard rocks are extensively used in construction. Minerals like coal and petroleum are sources of fossil fuels. Rocks provide metallic ores which are used in the industry. Some rocks are sources of precious and semi-precious stones and gems used in jewelry. Minerals in the rocks provide nutrients needed by the plants.